Hello, and welcome to another episode of Design and Style. We are a podcast for designers by designers. I am one of your co-hosts, Dixie, with Dixie Willard Design. And with me, as always, is the ever effervescent
Rachel with Rachel Moriarty Interiors. Thank you, Dixie.
You are. You're bubbly, and effervescent is it's just a perfect description. So today we are talking about, well, first of all, right now, as we are recording, it is July. And I don't know it's the 18th today.
Yeah.
So
we're not too bad. Speaking of our topic, that actually makes me feel a little bit better.
It doesn't seem quite as late in the year.
Yes. We're just over half of July.
But Rachel and I have been talking about how summer, it doesn't matter if you have kids in school or not, summer just does not feel like real life. It is like this magical, hazy time where there are things that you get to do vacation-wise. You take it a little bit easier. You might sleep in a little bit later.
You definitely stay up. I bet on the East Coast, the sun stays out really late.
Yeah.
Huh? Yeah,
well, I think you've seen really me on Facebook at times when you were considering going to bed
late. Yeah,
night out anyway. But summertime, all rules are off.
And I forget about it because I'll do something that will crack you up, and then you'll say, "I'm trying not to wake up the whole house," and then I realize what time it is on the East Coast. That's so funny.
So anyway, we decided that this is the perfect time to start talking about, we've got back to school coming, we've got our businesses. We really need to start focusing on our businesses again. And really, we just want to do a kind of a check-in just to make sure that our focus is in the right place, that our goals are aligned, and get started with maybe another challenge.
Yes, ma'am. Well, that's a good hint.
It's just a hint. I'm not going into it yet. Just
not yet. But we want you to listen. Definitely, Dixie. I mean, I was telling you, my kids got out early, like in May, so they're going back this week, and I am craving routine. I have been sleeping in, especially as summer has gotten. I was pretty good in the beginning of summer of keeping my routine, but as summer went along and the kids slept in, I slept in, and but I'm at that point where I'm not eating normally, I'm not moving normally, I'm not getting up and doing my journaling, because I'm sleeping in. So I am craving that. I really want to focus. And as it relates to business, we are in Q3. We are 2 weeks into Q3, and usually you and I take that time to set intentions, and pivot,
and just to make sure that we're, going where we want to go. So the first point is we want everybody to check in on their business goals. Stop and make sure your business, what your business goals are. If they're good, just, give yourself a pat on the back and keep on going. If something has changed, it's okay to change them. Pivoting we talk about it all the time, but pivoting is, heck, I pivoted yesterday.
Did you?
I did, because I had planned to do one thing. I came across some new software that would allow me to do everything and more. And so I spent the whole afternoon just working on all of that because it was so exciting that I was, the way that I thought I was going to do it was going to be different and new and cool, but better.
Yeah.
So
I'm happy you spent the day on that software.
Yeah. It's going to lead to more stuff down the road for all of you. But for now, pivoting is absolutely crucial. Don't get so stuck on one idea that you can only do it one way.
Absolutely. No, that's, that is actually the beauty of having our smaller, most of our group are 1, 2, 3 person design firms, usually we're all the principals and we have maybe a bookkeeper and an assistant, you have an office manager. But in general, we're the principal. And when you have such a small company, it's so easy to pivot.
That's
you can read what is going on immediately and be like, hey, that's not working out. That's going to fall off, and I'm going to try this new thing. So
it's like the difference between a sports car and a semi.
Yes. Yeah, we can pivot. We can turn on a dime.
Yep. No problem at all.
Exactly.
So hop in your sports car and follow along with us.
Let's pivot together. So take the time, assess your goals. We want to stress that we are in Q3.
Yeah.
Quarter three of our businesses. So let's,
Believe it or not.
yes, summer does get willy-nilly. It doesn't feel like real life, but fall is just a couple months away, and it starts to feel like real life real quick to not only us, because we have to look at our goals, and then we have an even shorter time to reach them. But
Right.
not only that, but our clients
Mm-hmm.
start to really feel like, oh, I know I'm hosting the holidays. I know I'm hosting Thanksgiving. And that's when they start getting those really shortened timelines. And
nobody wants to have to tell somebody that they can't have that table they want in time for Thanksgiving.
Mm-hmm.
With that kitchen.
Exactly. And we need to start pivoting. Speaking of pivoting is, we don't want to be like Costco where you go in July and they have their Christmas stuff out, or their Halloween stuff out. But we can start talking about some of those things, because we know the lead times to have if you want your Thanksgiving table, whatever. We can start talking about, doing blog posts on, do you chairs to add if you have a farmhouse table, chairs to add if, do you like the eclectic look? Do you like the tradition with the twist? We can start talking about that in our blog posts and sharing that content without calling it out as Thanksgiving or Halloween.
Yeah. Absolutely.
We're adding value.
Absolutely. Well, I know that, I don't know about you, but I know that I try and take, and it's kind of slid to where I'm actually going to start doing this tomorrow, but I try and take the first week of each quarter to stop and evaluate my business goals and make sure that, check in and see how I'm doing on them. Am I making progress? Am I not making progress? Do I need to make any changes? And summer not being real life kind of happened, and now it's the third week, and I'm just now getting to it. But that's always, it doesn't have to be a whole week, but you should always have those check-ins and make sure that you're doing.
Sometimes you can realize if you do take that time. I mean, I don't think I would take a whole week. I definitely wouldn't take a whole week. But where am I, because I feel like I'm busy a lot. That's like not a great word. But where am I busy going into the social media hole? Am I busy? You know what I mean? Am I just taking in too much content? Am I taking too many courses? You know what I mean? I can get into those modes where I am not going out and bringing in business. I am not going out and filling my pipeline. That's where we need to really pivot, because it's easy to sit at home when the kids are home and, just listen to podcasts and do that.
Take courses, read books.
Exactly. So maybe this is the time where we start, adjusting and, I need to reach out to,
Speaking of reaching out, that kind of just leads us straight into the second point, which is your visibility
in person, online.
Are you doing the right things in the right places to help you get your business goals? So, for example, Rachel wouldn't probably reach out to a group of contractors.
No, ma'am.
The look on her face, she looks so disgusted right now.
No, I love contractors, but I don't do a lot of.
But the thought of doing a lot of construction, though, I know is not your favorite.
I don't do a lot of construction. I usually do existing four walls. So I usually, I deal with a lot of like handymen and tradesmen.
Yep.
If anything, the tiler, the electrician, not necessarily like a contractor to come in and knock things down. It's just not. It's not where my focus on my business is. So,
and I don't focus on the same things as Rachel either, because Rachel would love to go to
every design fabric showroom on the planet, every wallpaper place, all those layers,
flea markets, estate
sales. Achoo.
And I love fabric, but there's a limit to how much I can deal with. And that's not where it wouldn't make sense for me, since I'm not doing a bunch of accessories and I don't do a lot of pillows and custom bedding and stuff like that. It wouldn't make sense for me to be spending my time in necessarily those same places. Visit every once in a while, sure, but not.
Right. Right.
And the same thing works for your online visibility. Are you targeting your right people?
Mm-hmm.
Are you, if all I'm doing is showing pictures of accessories all the time and not talking about construction or anything like that, people aren't going to know that that's what I would prefer to do.
And the other thing is, yes, show the projects that you are working on, that you're in
Yes.
process. But if those aren't the projects that you want to have, fill them in with mood boards of what you want to be doing. So if you are like me and you're a decorator, but really you want to do new builds, you want to do more remodels, stuff like that, then you need to fill in your visibility with that stuff. You need to plant those seeds.
Right.
Sure.
And it's perfectly fine for me to find a cute accessory and say, look at this. Is this not great? But if that's all that my feed is on Instagram or Facebook or wherever, it would feel a little...
You'd be giving the wrong impression.
Yeah. Yeah. So just make sure that you are doing the things visibility wise that are going to get you where you want to go, business wise.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. Always in alignment.
So once you know what your goals are, what's the last step, Rachel?
We need to create a path to our goals. And one of the tools to create that path is what we are calling a visibility vision board. So start where this is going to be a challenge. So a challenge in our group. Will we already be in the challenge, like one day into the challenge when this?
I think we're going to start it the day after this podcast airs.
Oh, okay. Okay. So we are going to start a visibility vision board challenge. Dixie and I both use vision boards. Not only do I use a vision board, I use a Trello board. I call it my magic Trello board, but we'll go into that later. But we will be doing that actually forces you to take the time to vision a little bit, right? You have to vision, you have to kind of like reverse engineer. So where do you want, and then how are you going to get there, right?
Absolutely. And I like to layer, you've got the vision board, which lets you see it, and then the actual manifesting journal where you write out your goals and the path to get there. And I don't know about you, but the two, pretty powerful combination.
Absolutely. Absolutely. So I'm excited for that because we haven't done a visual. Well, we did our package challenge, but I love anything that's, and when we talk about that, we want to share actually right now when we do these challenges, we are assuming everybody knows that's listening, but we have a Facebook group called the Design+Style Club. It's a private Facebook group. And it's fun. I mean, we have challenges, we have office hours, we have live streams, we have a cocktail hour, we have morning coffee chats. It's a really engaged
group meetups.
We have group meetups. Yes, we have actual local meetups. If you are a designer, this group feels a lot different than the other groups. A lot of people are telling us it's like we're the fun aunties.
Or summer camp. Either way, I'm on board.
Summer camp. I know it's really a fun place, and we've worked in giveaways and things like that. One of the things we gave away was our awesome Design+Style mug that you and I just love so much.
I love it.
And there will be more coming down as well. So that's what we're talking about when you hear us talking about visibility. Where do they find the?
They can find us at facebook.com/groups/Design+Style podcast.
Awesome. So that, I think they need to come and hop in our group if they want to do our.
And I don't know about you, but it kind of feels like, when you go to summer camp or hang out with your fun auntie and they have a craft. The vision board is the fun, crafty part.
I know. I love it. But it's fun, but it's also serious, and it's also focusing. And, as we head into the last part of the year in our businesses, and we all have big financial goals, we need to, buckle down, and this is a way to have fun and do it at the same time.
Because there's no reason why we can't have some fun in our business.
Or a lot. You and I have managed to
we
have a lot of fun in our businesses.
Both separately and together.
Exactly. We nailed it. All right. So I think that's it for today.
We've announced the challenge. When you're listening to this, if you're listening to this a week from the 18th of July, which would be the 25th, I think.
Somewhere around there.
If you're coming in late, you might have missed the challenge, but you're still welcome to come into the group.
Because our challenges aren't always real time. Like people have come in and started doing our visibility challenge, even though they've come in, a month after it. So our challenges are great. They're super actionable. They're super doable, and
we know that everything in our business is a continual thing, so we keep doing them, which I think actually it'll be almost time for a new visibility challenge after we get done with the board.
Yep.
Perfect timing.
I think we should do a quarterly visibility.
I think so.
Yeah. That sounds good. I love when we come up with ideas right live on the podcast. All right, you guys, thank you so much for hanging out with us today. We also have our website is the designandstyle.club. If you want to, you can view our YouTube channel from there, right?
They can listen to us on SoundCloud or on YouTube right there on our webpage.
Yeah. So thank you for hanging out with us today. We appreciate your time, and we'll hear you next time on the Design and Style podcast.
Bye, guys.
Bye, guys.